Papaleo could lead us in a salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by sending a notice on December 21st, 2012 to the Record and the Ridgewood News, positioning notice of the meeting on the bulletin board in the lobby of the Borough Hall, and filing a notice of same with the municipal clerk. Again, there are 3 exits in council chambers, 2 to the front and 1 to the rear. We're on the record, both video and audio. If you would like to be seen and heard, please approach the microphone, identify yourself, and you can ask a question or give a comment during the public portion of the meeting. Can I have a roll call, please, Denise?
Councilwoman Murphy.
Here.
Councilman Eccleston.
Present.
Councilman Capola.
Here.
Councilman McNutt.
Here.
Councilman Bartoloni.
Here.
Councilman Papaleo.
Here.
And Mayor Mastrobuoni.
Present. All right, can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the mayor and council for the work session and regular meeting of June 3rd, 2013?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. We have a important proclamation and a plaque this evening to Patrol Officer John Connolly. Is he here? I didn't see you way in the back there. Officer Connolly is retiring after 25 years. We have a plaque to present to him. I'll read it for the record.
Mayor, right now he has his back to the camera. If you move more center, this could be preserved with...
Here. There you go.
There you go.
The seal back to you now. All right, the plaque says, presented to Patrol Officer John Connolly upon retirement, 25 years of distinguished service to the River Edge Police Department. It has the borough seal, and it's in recognition of your dedicated and inspiring career devoted to the protection and safety of our residents. With gratitude and recognition, the mayor and council, congratulations. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
All right. There are appointments and personnel changes. One is to approve the salary change of Leonard Herman, the plumbing inspector, from a Step 2 salary to a Step 3 salary effective June 17, 2013.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We have a, can I have a motion, please, to approve a salary change of Anthony Ciathlis, senior bus dispatcher, from a Step 2 to a Step 3, an hourly rate of $14.51 effective, again, June 17, 2013.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? To approve the salary change of Lisa Hessman, municipal recycling coordinator, from a Step 2 to a Step 3, with an hourly rate of $25.93 effective June 17, 2013.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? To approve the salary change of John Mouthy, crossing guard, Step 2 to Step 3, at an hourly rate of $19.27 effective June 17, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? To approve the salary change for William Sanders, crossing guard, from Step 2 to a Step 3, to a rate of $19.27 effective June 17, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, any abstained? Thank you. To approve the appointment of John Orth, 239 Adams Avenue, to the Planning Board as a Class 4-2 representative to fill the unexpired term of Robert Nyman, which expires on December 31st, 2013, effective June 18th, 2013.
So moved.
Second. A motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? To approve the appointment of Thomas Behrens, 172 Beach Drive, North, to the Planning Board as alternate number 2 for an expiration of December 31st, 2015, effective June 18, 2013.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And Tom is here.
Yep.
Tom, come forward, please. Let's see. I thought I had an oath.
Here's an oath.
I gave it to you. Right on the top.
Right on the top. I'll find it.
No, it was there.
Walter Farmer.
It was right here. Time down there.
Usually
Oh, you did that one in there.
I mean, it was here.
It was.
Okay.
No, because I don't want to sit at five.
Yeah, that's smart.
Is it underneath?
You gotta carry your food in the car.
This,
No saying.
this.
So you don't have to be hungry.
Hold it. Wait a minute. No, I mean, I saw it.
Parish.
There it is, there it is. Okay.
That's
All right, here it is. Okay. Sorry, Alan.
Sorry, Mayor. Sticking out here.
All right. Tom, I want to introduce you to
I'm not getting up for
our council here. Tom grew up in River Edge, attended Riverdale High School, and then went off to college and got his, what do you have your degrees in?
I have a BS in environmental planning and a master's in city engineering.
Okay, so he'll be a good addition to the planning board, to have a nice young member. Tom, I'm going to swear you in. I ask you to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New Jersey? Will you bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the government established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people? All right. And do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of the office of the planning board to the best of your ability? All right. Congratulations.
Want Mom and Dad, they're here too.
Yeah. All right, we have a meeting on Thursday night. See you then.
Thanks for coming aboard.
Thanks for your service.
See you Thursday. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Maybe future council.
Okay. I'd like a motion to approve the separation of Colleen Goodell from the part-time clerical position in the Department of Public Works effective June 18, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion to approve the hiring of Danielle George, 291 Vanson Drive, as the library page for 6 hours a week for 8 weeks at
So
an hourly
moved.
rate of $7.25 an hour?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. To approve the resignation of Christopher Weissman from the River Edge Volunteer Fire Department effective June 28, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
To approve the resignation of Michael Medico from the River Edge Volunteer Fire Department effective June 11, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And to approve the resignation of Timothy Ferranda from the River Edge Volunteer Fire Department effective June 10, 2013.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there is various correspondence and letters and notices that are listed on the agenda that are available to the public. All you need to do is to ask the municipal clerk to let you review them. In addition, there are monthly reports for May from the Historic Commission, from the Building Department, and from the Tax Collector. We have liaison reports tonight, beginning with Councilwoman Murphy.
Thank you, Mayor. My only report this evening is in regards to the library. They had an incident last week where 2 staff members were kind of attacked by a patron, and the police were called, and it was a matter of security that They would like to review and address the security measures there. There was two ladies at 9 o'clock when this patron, he damaged some of the property and he tried to damage more. So it's something that we want to discuss. They would like to consider panic buttons or some sort of security measures. They felt threatened.
Okay.
That's my report.
That's a good report. Councilman Acrofreda,
Yes.
any liaison report?
Beautification is off until September, hibernating, and I will make an attempt, depending on my work schedule, to represent and attend the graduation exercise of both River Edge and I will try the Riverdale School, so I keep the 12-year-old tradition going. That's, yeah.
Thank you. Councilman Capola, any liaison report this evening?
None current, but I'm on an ongoing ad campaign with the SCORE Senior Citizens to do a mass mailing in River Edge come October. So we're working on that every week, every month, goes by slowly. So, but that's just an ongoing thing. Other than that, nothing else to report.
Thank you. Councilman Mignon, any reports?
Yes, regard to police, I just want to congratulate Officer Conley again and wish him best of health in his retirement, and also acknowledge Officers Casey and Danny Lee, who received a letter of appreciation from a resident for helping them during a medical situation. So I always like to recognize the officers when we get letters from the public. The green team, we still have volunteer slots to help with the community garden down the middle school. And anybody wants to go down and see what they've done, they did a really nice job in getting that started, and it's turning out to be a good project. And planning board, Thursday night, we have one application, the Steuben Arms apartment, relatively minor alterations to the site plan to enclose some areas for boiler rooms and rearrange some parking spaces.
Thank you. Councilman Bartoloni.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's see, Recreation Commission, we meet Wednesday night, so I don't have anything to report specifically right now. Our meeting's not until Wednesday. In terms of the Special Events Committee, we're moving forward with the 4th of July celebrations. We've gotten a decent amount of donations or, sponsors for the festival in the park on the 4th. We did get a donation already for the band on the 3rd, so that's secured and in place. And everything's kind of moving forward. We meet tomorrow night, and we'll finalize some of those details. We also have slots for people who are interested in joining and participating and helping that committee to grow. We were supposed to have a Zumba in the park. It was a fundraiser last weekend. Unfortunately, we got rained out, so hopefully that'll be scheduled for sometime in the fall. And that's about it, Matt.
Thank you. Councilman Papaleo.
Yes, just one report, a word of praise and congratulations to our company number 1 and 2, our firefighters. We took first place, it was the 100th anniversary of New York, New Jersey Volunteer Firefighters Association Parade and Competition. It happened last weekend. And the River Edge took first place for the marching unit, first place for the aerial truck, second place for the pumper engine 4, second place for the rescue, and second place for the antique. I'd like to congratulate our firefighters who put a lot of time and energy in maintaining and improving our equipment, and it really paid off in this competition. There was a lot of fire companies there, and we really walked away with a lot of trophies. We should be very proud of our firefighters and the way they take care of borough equipment and the way they conduct themselves, and I just want to offer my congratulations.
All right, thank you. I received the report for the end of May from the River Edge Volunteer Ambulance Service. Up until that time, they had responded to 250 calls. For the month of May alone, the service responded to 53 calls, one call which required a second crew. 44 of the calls were for basic life support, 9 were for advanced life support. Throughout this time period, the volunteer ambulance service drove 487 miles and spent in excess of 125 hours on volunteer calls. On June 8th, 2013, the Volunteer Ambulance Service assisted in Pearl River, New York, with the New Jersey Fire Department parade, providing emergency services in that area. On June 15th, Rivas assisted New Milford with its 5K run. And on June 17th and today, CPR instructors will be holding a 3-hour CPR recertification class for members of the Corps. The service is trying to get Andy the Ambulance for River Edge Day in October. Andy the Ambulance is a remote-controlled ambulance. I ask everybody to please support the volunteer ambulance service. If you know of any members who are, if you know of any citizens who are interested in becoming a member, they can contact Donna Summers, the captain. Sanders. What did I say, Summers?
Donna Summers.
Donna
Former disco queen.
And that's my report. We have one ordinance up for first reading. Denise, could you read the title of the ordinance?
Ordinance 1791, an ordinance amending Chapter 354, soil removal of code of the Borough of River Edge.
Okay. This ordinance is drafted to allow a permit process when a property owner wishes to remove a specific amount of soil from their property, if they're doing a small addition or something like that, without having to go to the planning board, which is now required when you move anything over, how many yards is it?
100.
Over 100.
100 yards. So we're doing this as a way to streamline the process for these approvals, to avoid the site plan application and hiring an engineer when soil movement is taking place. The ordinance, if it's adopted on first reading, will be listed for a public hearing. At the public hearing, we will hear from the public, and then we will vote on final adoption. Do I have a motion to move the ordinance on first reading?
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Is the motion, the ordinance in form, is acceptable to the council?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I have a roll call vote, please, Denise?
Councilwoman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Equifreda?
Yes.
Councilman Capola?
Yes.
Councilman Jones?
Yes.
Councilman Bartoloni?
Yes.
And Councilman Papalato?
Yes. Okay. Very good. We will publish the ordinance, we will advertise it for a public hearing, and we will take comments and questions before the final adoption. We have one ordinance on for a second and a final hearing and a public hearing, which is ordinance number 1790. Denise, could you read the title of that ordinance?
An ordinance to provide for open-air sidewalk cafes within the Borough of River Edge.
All right. This ordinance was first brought to, the idea was first brought to us by Councilwoman Murphy. I think she could describe in her comments or discussion that I think the idea came from her because she saw that a similar ordinance was adopted in Paramus. It is an ordinance that will allow, under certain circumstances, outside dining. If a restaurant or a food handling establishment has the required space and makes the required improvements and provides the fee, then there will be a permit issued. It will be a seasonal license for outside dining. It will not be all year round. It will only be for certain months when the weather would permit it. And our borough attorney, Mr. Sarlo, did a substantial amount of work revising it to fit the demographics and the business district here in town. So can I have a motion to open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 1790, which would allow outside dining?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the hearing is open to the public on this ordinance. Would anyone from the public like to speak for or against the ordinance or ask a question? Yes.
Thank you, Mike, 741 Century Avenue.
If you don't mind, I'll state this. I just don't understand how, if we're going to have, like, for instance, down there, we have the long street after the diner, that there's no curb out there so that you can drive in. And then there's a sidewalk next to each building, you know, along the building.
Right.
And in regulations and operations, it says tables shall be arranged so that the side of each table shall be as close as practical to the adjacent wall of the food establishment it is associated with, provided that it is in no event shall the establishment be allowed more than one table and 2 chairs for every 5 feet, etc. Then down a little further, number 2 in F, it says, it's hard to read this whole thing. In number 4 foot, the width, 4 foot wide, unobstructed path of sidewalk parallel to the curb across the entire frontage of the property in question. So if we're going to keep the sidewalk in front of the building,
Right.
and then we're going to put tables beyond the sidewalk, down there in the strip mall, you have no curb, and cars are having hard enough time to come in and out of there around poles, because they come around the pole, there's going to be a table and chairs there. What if a child gets up quickly and walks around the chair or something? And I can't imagine having tables and chairs out from the curb of the sidewalk where a car would be, if it was parallel parked right now. That doesn't give much space. I just don't know that this has been written as good as it should.
I think what you're missing, or what you're misreading, is that under the ordinance, the tables have to be against the wall of the building. The tables can't be out.
So if the table is on the sidewalk, the people have to walk in the street.
If the tables are, no.
Yeah.
If the tables are against the building,
Yeah.
after the tables, there has to be an area where, you know, a waiter or waitress or whatever can serve. Then there has to be at least 4 feet of open sidewalk. So if a given establishment doesn't have the space, then they can't have an outside cafe.
And they're not going to be able to add to the sidewalk 4 feet?
Well, if they were going to have to add to the sidewalk, they'd have to pull a permit, they'd have to submit a schematic of what they want to do. They have to, if they're going to add sidewalk that is designated for parking, and they're going to give up parking, then it's going to be a problem, and they're going to need, you know, relief, either from the zoning board of adjustment or the planning board. There's only certain, you're not going to be able to put outside dining all up and down Kinderkamak Road with this particular ordinance, because there's just not enough space.
May want to just add that there's also a requirement to have a physical barrier in terms of bollards, between the cars and where the sidewalk area is going to be also. So it's not just going to be open. A lot of towns don't have that requirement. If you go to even Westwood or even in Fort Lee, they have, maybe 8-foot wide sidewalks, 4 foot is dedicated to dining, 4 foot is open, but there's parallel parking with cars against the curb, and they don't have physical barriers. We're requiring physical barriers also. So
And I have one,
Palisade Avenue in Englewood, all of those restaurants and cafes that allow outside dining right against the side of their buildings, they don't have balusters to prevent cars from jumping the curb and smashing into tables. we put that in our ordinance.
There's one other thing, the development down in the south end, they've been getting a lot of requests, the developers down there, from businesses asking if we had an outdoor dining ordinance. So down there, they would be able to build that if that's how their plans were. So they could feasibly have outdoor dining in that area.
It was requested by that developer, the planning board, that the town consider this. It's also one of the objectives in the master plan, going back to 1984. It was always something that they said the town should consider doing. And I just think it's, because the area that this can be affected is so limited, I think previous councils probably decided not to do it. My personal feeling is if we can have a safe setup and a business want to do it, I don't know how successful they're going to be do it, but if the business think it's going to help them be successful, I think then we should at least to do it and make it as safe as we can, which I think we've done with this ordinance.
I guess that's about the only place that we'll be able to do that. Okay, thank you.
All right, can I have a motion to close the hearing to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would someone like to move for the final adoption of ordinance number 1790?
So moved.
Second. We have a motion, we have a second. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Estrada?
Yes.
Councilman Chacon?
Yes.
Councilman Bidnall?
Yes.
Councilman Bordeloni?
Yes.
And Councilman Papalato?
Yes. All right, thank you. We have resolutions on a consent agenda numbered 13-241 up to and including Resolution 13-261. Let me pull out for separately, as traditionally done, 13-260, the payment of bills. Other than that, would any member of the governing body wish to separately discuss or vote upon any of the other resolutions on the consent agenda? All right, can I have a motion to adopt 13-241 up to and including 13-261, excluding 13-260, the payment of
So
bills? There's a motion.
Second.
There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? Okay, Councilman Mignot, would you like to move 13-260?
Yes, Mayor. Whereas vouchers for the payment of goods and services rendered to the Borough of River Edge have been received, and whereas each bill has been checked by the receiving department, approved by the Chief Financial Officer and Borough Clerk, and reviewed by the 3 members of the Finance Committee. Now therefore be it resolved that bills as listed now be confirmed for payment from the appropriate funds as follows. Current account, $259,123.18. Capital account, $257,045.02. Recreation account, $2,334.38. Animal welfare account, $19.20. Trust other account, $3,606. Trust other developers account, $6,312.50. Open space account, $24,955.81. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstained? Thank you. All right, can I have a motion to open the hearing to the public?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, would any other member of the public like to be heard? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Carol O'Donnell, 150 14th Avenue. Unfortunately, Joanne had to leave. Joanne and I were representing the Voorhees Block Association, and we'd like to publicly thank the mayor and council for your effort and support with their drainage, with the resolution to our drainage problem on Voorhees Avenue. So far, so good. Everything's done and really looks good. So with all this rain that we've had, really put it to the test, and we can say that we're very happy.
Great.
And we'd like to personally thank, the mayor and Councilman Murphy and Councilman Tom Palaio for all your support and encouragement and really guidance on how to follow up with this process. And so we're here to say thank you.
Well, it's good to see a project through to completion.
Yes.
It's good to see that, I'm hoping that this is a permanent fix for the Voorhees Avenue residents, because they've had to endure these flash floods for a long time now. And I really gotta thank you and Joanne for your tenacity in coming to meeting after meeting over a year ago and keeping our feet to the fire and making us do our jobs. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Anybody else wish to be heard? Can I have a motion? Peggy?
Sorry. Again, on the other ordinance, which I know you couldn't do before, the soil, why do we have one to amend it? What's being amended?
Ed can answer that.
What it's addressing is basically an unintended consequence of the original ordinance. The original ordinance was put into place 2009 to regulate people moving soil and building walls and changing the topography of their property and affecting flooding and things like that. What has happened is the planning board got a number of applications where, because of the volume requirement, people who were coming in doing a minor addition just for a basement. They weren't changing any of the grading, they were just coming because they were making a basement. And they were having to go through a whole planning board process of putting together a site plan application, hiring an attorney, hiring engineers and surveyors, coming to a planning board, notifying the public. And basically when they come to the planning board finds there's really no impact of these kind of projects. So, and then what it wound up doing was delaying people's projects 2, 3, 4 months sometimes. So it was basically, I said, to address an unintended consequence of the original ordinance, and it really is a very narrow change, and it only applies to, it would have affected about 6 or 7 homeowners over the last 3 years who came to the planning board. So it's a minor correction.
Thank you. There's one other question. On enforcement, B, it says reserve. What does that mean?
Yeah, there's no provision right now for that. So they can always amend it at that point in time. It's just reserved for future use. There's no penalty phase at that point because you need the permitting process.
And one more thing, I'm going to make 1.2. It's not that these applications will not be regulated. Basically, they're still under the purview of the borough engineer. They just don't have to go through the extra step to go to the planning board.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Can I have a motion to close the hearing to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to council comments. Council President, would you have any final comments?
No, Mayor, I think we've had a good night's work. I'm satisfied with what we've said so far.
Councilman Bartoloni, congratulations on your son.
Thank you.
Your son.
Thank you.
Have any comment?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to apologize to anyone who got an odd email from my email account. My email got hacked, and so it sent out a spam email to everyone. So I apologize. Mr. Connors sent me an email back saying, I don't think I need that product. I don't know why you're sending that to me. And then he left before I could address it and just tell him, I know he watches the video. Sorry, it was my email got hacked. So hopefully I've remedied that. But beyond that, just congratulations and thank you to Officer Connolly for his 25 years of service. Again, it's not an easy job. Some people think, it's River Edge, it's a quiet little town, and there's a lot more that goes on in quiet little towns than people realize, and it's still a very dangerous job, and I thank him for his service. And that's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Mignon.
I'd just like to welcome Mr. Behrens onto the planning board. I think it's great to see someone who's got the background and somebody of your age willing to step up and volunteer his time to be on what I think is one of the most important boards in the town. So welcome. We're looking forward to having you on. And just want to congratulate Councilman Bartoloni on the birth of his son. That's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Capola.
Yep, congratulations also to Councilman Bartoloni and his son, and congratulations to our retiring police officer, a new addition to the board. And July 3rd, I'll be selling cotton candy at the, be there, because I make good cotton candy. Generous portion. I'm not going to be cheap with it, so stop by.
Ooh.
That's it.
Cotton candy where?
At the park.
Oh, okay.
That goes towards the special events committee.
And it goes to a good cause, so...
Not to Councilman Capola.
Yeah, it doesn't go to my pocket, by the way. So even more reason to show up, support a good cause in town.
You know, I've got I'll leave it for my comment. Is that it, Councilman?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, be
Councilman
brief.
Aquafredo.
Congratulations to Al on your son, but I also want to add congratulations to your wife.
Yes, she did
Sarah
the hard work.
Because, yeah. And, I had the privilege of know Sarah Teresa. So, and I'm also reflecting on, I'm glad I was voted onto this job, and several people said to me, you have just joined the official complaint department of town. And in fact, that's proving to be prophetic, and I'm fine with it. And I also understand, I was made to understand, and I'm still learning that it takes time, but at least there is movement, and yeah, we'll take the hits when people come to complain, but I know that there is a sincere effort to improve the static that had permeated this town for such a long time. So we're becoming dynamic, and I'll do whatever I can to help in the process. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Murphy.
I'd like to congratulate you and your wife and your family on the birth of your new child.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Tom Behrens to the planning board. I think it's going to be phenomenal, and I'm very happy that you're joining that. I'd also like to wish the 3 retiring fire department members, Timothy Ferranda, Chris Weissman, and Mike Medico, all the best and good luck for the future. I would also like to wish Rabbi Borovitz from Temple Avodat Shalom on his retirement. The mayor could speak to that. I know he attended the luncheon and the ceremony, so I wish the rabbi very well. I would also like to send my condolences to zoning board member Tony Arturi on the passing of his mother, and we're thinking about him and his family. And that's it for me.
Okay, thank you. I want to thank everybody for appearing. It's always more exciting and better for the council if we have members of the public that come and hold our feet to the fire and ask us serious questions. And you've done so tonight. I want to thank Tom Behrens for volunteering for the planning board. It's very good to see someone as young as Tom interested in volunteer service in town. I'm always the biggest fan of the large volunteer base that we have here in River Edge, and it's just very heartwarming to see that it's well and alive with the younger people. I also want to thank and give my sincere appreciation to Police Officer John Connolly for retiring after 25 years. I want to again congratulate Joe Magiri for all of his public service, both as the commander of the veterans in town and as the crossing guard in front of Cherry Hill School, and he received a well-deserved honor by having the crossing named after him. I want to thank the retiring firefighters, Medico, Weissman, and Ferranda. I did attend Rabbi Borowitz's retirement affair, and to see the speeches that were given by Congressman Garrett and Senator and Congressman Pascrell and former Congressman Rothman and many others. I couldn't stay for the luncheon because I had to go to the Eagle Scout, and this year we had six Eagle Scouts. It was one of the largest Eagle Scout classes that we've had in a very long time.
116 years.
In 116 years. Wow.
60 years.
60 years.
Yes.
Wow.
100 and 101st.
And with that said, maybe we'll get some drier weather. I want to thank everybody again for coming and wish them a fine summer. Thank you. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Oh, I just have one question.